Now listen, Graeme has been smiling from ear to ear since last week because he had a sit down with the man himself. Now this man, he has become one of the biggest names in the world after leading South Africa to a third Rugby World Cup win last month. Now Siamthanda's Kolisi made his Springbok debut in 2013 and wore the captain's armband for the very first time 5 years later. Now Sia's story from growing up in poverty to winning the Webb Ellis Cup has inspired millions throughout the world. Now Graeme sat down with the Rugby World Cup winning captain to find out more about the global showpiece, what it's meant to have his family there, and what is next. So let's take a look at it.
Oh, Captain, my captain, I'm going to add my name to a list of famous captains, famous sporting personalities, sporting bodies, presidents, even princes to have congratulated a world champion. Buddy, how long do you think it's going to take for you to come back down to earth? You're going to need another 4 years?
No, trust me, I've been on earth. As soon as I got home, I've got kids. I'm still watching my kids and do that kind of stuff, And yeah, it's been good, but like every time I step outside, it's tough. It's tough on one, but it's amazing at the same time to see how excited and happy the people are. It makes me really happy to see people celebrating this with us, and enjoying it with us.
What did Rassie say to you guys? What did you guys agree on as a team? What changed? What clicked to get the Boks to where you are now?
Because Coach Rassie came in knowing exactly what he wanted to do, and his team as well. He had a super strong team, and he made us realize, like, you can't inspire people by posting on social media and being cool there and just showing all the nice stuff, and he just told us, like, we have to start speaking the language that we know best, and that's rugby and hard work, and that's what we started doing. And we had to put the team first and put aside our personal goals and dreams and just focus on what we had to do, and that's what we did. And we put the Springbok first. We did everything that we needed to do, didn't moan, we just worked, and it brought us closer and closer.
I've got to ask, what was it like playing the perfect game of rugby? Because that's what it looked like in that final. You guys gelled. What was that like?
Well, for us, I think we worked, we knew what we needed to do. Our plan didn't change from when we started as a team, and a lot of people had their own opinions about the way we were playing, that we were winning.
Maybe because you guys made it look so easy in that final, and I say it with all due respect, I've got to ask what the toughest challenge throughout this World Cup campaign was. Was it maybe that Wales semi-final, having to grind that out, the loss to New Zealand? What was the toughest challenge?
The Japan game, I think, was really the toughest part of the World Cup, because every single game was tough. It's just that we were playing against them at their home crowd. We had to dig deep, and we stuck to our guns, and we did it, and we won that game. Every single game was tough in its own way, but I thought that one was, you're sitting there, you're not doubting that you're going to win, but you just had to fight for it.
I know faith and family come first, and having your father there must have been pretty significant. What was that feeling like? Did it add any more nerves? How did you feel having your dad there? Happy
that he could be there, because I know that maybe one day it was one of his dreams to take me out of the country, if he could afford it, if he had the means of doing it. And I thought, well, how about I not do it for him? He had watched me in my first game, and now he watched me live in my 50th game, which was pretty special. Having Rachel there, having the kids there for that final, how cool was that? It was really amazing, and we do things with me and there because we've been doing these kind of things. We've been doing projects for people, and and helping our community, and that's the stuff that I love, and something that she knows I'm passionate about. She is too, and like training so hard and focusing and being in meetings and going home or going to your hotel room and your wife and kids are there, and the kids are so excited to see you. Doesn't matter how tough the day was, that just brings you, makes you, it gave me peace. It took me to a happy place, and I really enjoyed that. If I can ask you now to maybe look back, you say your personal narrative isn't an important one, that it's not about the kid who comes from the township, but your story is a remarkable one. And if I can ask you now to go back, to talk to that 12-year-old, that 13-year-old Sia standing with rugby boots in hand outside that school, what would you say to him? You got to keep dreaming and keep giving it everything, and believing that it's achievable, because if I can do it, surely anybody can do it. I mean, now they can start dreaming and saying, he won the World Cup, he's a Springbok now, they can believe they can achieve that. And anybody, like young kids in the township, like academics or young people working in farms, growing up in farms, that's what our team is about. You know, all these people from different backgrounds just decided to focus and choose to buy into this and give everything they can, and that's what we did. And we're hoping that where we come from, or anybody who's been in a situation, in any of us in the team, that we've inspired them to know that it is possible.
So now that the dust begins to settle, and I know life will never ever really be the same again, but you've got a Super Rugby season looming. You've got to get back to the real world. Where's Sia now? What's next for you?
Well, I've started training, making sure I'm ready, because season starts early next year. I gotta get back into training, but I want to spend a lot of time, go away with the family, and just relax as well.
And boy, have you made us so proud. We are so proud of you, Sia. Congratulations, my friend.